Steph. It is Friday. I got a couple things to talk about today. You raised a question to me this week, and it got me thinking, and it made me want to explain something to you. You showed me a screenshot of things on your phone that use data, and you said that over the last 5 days, your phone said that you had used about 750 megabytes of data, and it also showed that the majority of that data came from the Google Plus app. It was about 450 megabytes. So to the common person, I can see that as being very disorienting and confusing. It would make them want to delete that app. It would make them want to simplify their life and say, this app isn't worth having if it's going to use that much data. So I want to explain a little bit about why the Google Plus app uses data and why it can, if you're not careful or if you don't know what's going on, why it will use as much data as it did for you. Keeping that in mind, I'll be right back. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the Google Plus app, about data, and the reason why I have two cell phones in my hand right now. So recently, 2 weeks ago, I bought an Android phone, the Nexus 5, right here. Specifically, the reason that I wanted to get it, even though I have been using an iPhone for a very long time and I really like the iPhone, is that I wanted to experience the other side of things. I wanted to know what it was like to have an Android phone and what it was like to use it on a day-to-day basis. And I don't know if you're anything like me, but on my phone, I have minutes, I have messages, and I have data. But I don't really use the minutes. I use maybe 10 minutes a month, and I use, I don't know, something like 75 text messages. But what I use a lot of is data. So my average month for about the last 6 months has been over 10 gigabytes of data a month on my phone, on my data network. And so the reason that I have to surmise that you could use something like 750 megabytes in 5 days is that you're doing something similar to what I'm doing, and that's backing things up, especially photos. Your phone is set up to upload all your pictures and videos that you take via the Google Plus app. And so I have to assume that that's what's happening. There are also a lot of pictures, and if you watch videos through the Google Plus app, it will use data as well, but I'm guessing it's the videos and photos that you took that were uploaded. Specifically, your video from Wednesday, as soon as you finish taking it, it likely would have started uploading. Now, there are settings in your phone that will allow you to turn that off, because I know you deleted the Google Plus app. But you don't have to do that if you get value out of that app, which I definitely do. I like the network as a whole. I like the fact that it uploads my pictures and my videos, as long as I know what's happening and I'm not being charged a lot for it. So for instance, this month for me, starting on July 10th, since July 10th, I've used 4 gigabytes of data on my phone. And that's one of the reasons why it's so important to me to have unlimited data. So I'm going to put a couple of screenshots on one of these sides here, just showing you what the Google Plus settings screen looks like that you should look at. I've talked about this before, actually. We've talked about it quite a bit in one of the future chats I did. We talked about digital photos, and we talked about services that back up your photos. So I'll put a link in the description to that. So at this point in the video, I go into a bit of a rant. I'm going to put the rant portion of the video, which is about 5 or 6 minutes, in a separate video. And I'll put a link to it so you can go check it out if you're interested. But it gets a little off topic, and I didn't want to go into like the 10-minute range again. So there you go. So yeah, basically what it comes down to is you can have the Google Plus app, just know what it does, and know that you can turn off settings that you know will use a lot of data. I wanted to give you a little update on how my job hunt's going. This is, I think, week 3, beginning of week 4 of my job hunt. It's going well. I had an interview this week. I have a couple of other leads that are looking somewhat promising. But more than anything, I'm enjoying the time that I do have off, and I'm taking time to learn as much as I can and learn new skills and work on my resume, work on a bit of web design. I'm trying to take on little projects here and there to try to make a little bit of money. Yeah, so it's going well, although I'm hoping that within the next couple weeks or so, I'll have a lead and I'll at least be able to work, if not part-time, then full-time again. One last note that I wanted to point out. I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, I talked about digital video and why understanding it is so important if you're going to be making videos. And I just wanted to point out a little something that I noticed in your videos. So your last 3 videos, since you got your cell phone, your new cell phone when you moved back to Canada, your HTC phone now shoots video that is in 16:9 format, so it's widescreen format, like mine are. But you're still editing in Windows Movie Maker in in 4:3 format, like the narrow old SD format. And so what you end up getting is on YouTube, because it tries to format it in the 16:9, you end up with a black box around your video because it's trying to display it properly, but it can't. Luckily for you, and for I guess everybody here, YouTube actually automatically recognizes when there's a big black box around, and so it's able to, after the fact, crop the black out, which is a really cool technology that it sees that. So for the last 3 videos, when I've noticed that it's done that, I've clicked improve this video and it'll automatically crop out the black, and so you're just left with the normal video. But again, I'll try to show you a screenshot of Windows Movie Maker where you can toggle between those 2 formats, so you're uploading in the right format, so you don't have to deal with that. It'll make your videos look better from the beginning because you won't have to crop it down afterwards. So yeah, other than that, I think we're good here. I'll see you next week. I love you. Bye.